Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
It's barely over 10 minutes away from 8 o'clock. Your next chance at Fest, a chance at a trip to Montreal for the Osheaga Music Festival featuring the Killers, among others. And Riot Fest. You will get 2 one-day tickets to Riot Fest.
Woohoo!
We did make the announcement today that at 10 a.m. tomorrow, they will fully announce the daily schedule of all 88 bands. We obviously know about Blink on Friday, White Stripes, and White Stripes? Jack White, and Weezer on Saturday, and Green Day on Sunday. But this will be the whole schedule tomorrow at 10 a.m.
Yeah, so we know when the headliners are playing, but this is when you're like, okay, what am I doing at noon? Like, this is what you're really going to get.
Damn right. Can't wait to see when Hanson's playing.
Woo!
Be right there.
I can't wait.
Keep going. It's all good.
Well, that's all I got. I don't know the rest of the lyrics. I know how to bop it, though.
In the meantime, much sooner after Offspring in 2.5 minutes, listen to this audio from WGN.
70-year-old golfer remains hospitalized in the intensive care unit.
70-year-old golfer still hospitalized in the intensive care unit. A 70-year-old golfer, what happened to him on the golf course that resulted in that? We will tell you in 2.5 minutes. You can guess at 312-591-8300. Kenzie, do you have a guess?
Well, at first I'm like, so is he a professional golfer or was he golfing? Because why do you get called golfer at 70 if it's not your profession? So obviously the injury or something happened via golfing.
Possibly.
I think he got stuck in that damn sand trap. I hate those things.
Especially if you're 70 trying to get out of the sand
Could
trap.
you imagine? And you're supposed to rake it afterwards? What the hell? Have somebody else rake it.
Well, I will tell you this happened locally, too. So this happened locally. We'll tell you where it happened. It happened Monday night. And again, here's the audio.
70-year-old golfer remains hospitalized in the intensive care unit.
So you wanted to hear the name of, like, Tiger Woods you wanted to hear on there.
Yeah, because I'm like, so he's either an actual professional golfer or it had to happen on the golf course. Because you don't just get called, like, when my dad gets injured, he's not going to be called a 7-year-old golfer. You know what I mean? Just because he likes it.
All right. Coming up after Offspring, we'll give you the whole story. You can guess at 312-591-8300. What happened to the 70-year-old golfer on the golf course in the Chicagoland area that landed him in the intensive care unit? It's probably never happened to anyone in the history of golf. What happened to this guy? It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101, about 8 minutes away from 8, which will be Fest, a trip to Montreal to see the Killers, and Riot Fest tickets all on the way. But before the Offspring, played this audio clip from WGN from the news that said this.
70-year-old golfer remains hospitalized in the intensive care unit.
Now that, we didn't say what happened to him, but he ended up in the intensive care unit. And you're kind of right, Kenzie. She goes, 70-year-old golfer. She accentuates golfer.
I mean, first off, I don't know what happened to this man. But I know that he's going to love hearing this news story. He's like, I'm getting called a professional golfer on TV. Like, that's my title now.
70-year-old golfer remains hospitalized in the intensive care unit.
He's going to be like, I'm sure he has a wife. And he's just going to be like, you're not going to believe this. It finally happened.
Yeah. Or more so, he's going to his boys and going like, hey, did you see me on the news?
No one calls you a golfer.
Yeah. They call you an accountant.
Yeah.
I'm the golfer on WGN.
I am so good. I'm an unsigned
free agent.
70-year-old golfer remains hospitalized in the intensive care unit.
What happened to him? Well, we'll tell you in a second. Some guesses came in on text line. James checked in. Comedy gold. The golfer had a stroke. Boo! Come on, James. It's all right.
It's very popsicle stick. It's funny.
All right, you ready for the answer here? I'm just going to play at least the beginning part of the WGN story about what happened to this golfer.
70-year-old golfer remains hospitalized in the intensive care unit after being hit by a car while on the green yesterday.
That's not funny.
He's okay. Oh, he's in intensive care, so it's not funny.
Intensive care, he's not okay.
It's not okay. But he was on the golf course, and a car hit him, probably the place you least expect to get hit by a car. Also, probably never happened before in the history of golf.
Okay, that does raise an interesting question. What are the least likely places to get hit by a car?
I'll Google that while you read a text from us. As Marco checked in.
Marco checked in. He knew the correct answer. He wasn't like James. Marco said, got his ass hit by a car. Always keep your head on a swivel in Chicago. His fault, laughing emoji.
Good Lord.
I'm going to take a stand here and say that I don't think it's his fault.
How dare you die on that hill, Kenzie, that it wasn't his
I am
fault.
going to. The 7-year-old man at the golf course shouldn't have been like, well, I could get hit by a car, so let me.
You got to keep your head on a swivel. Expect the unexpected.
Like, this has got to be a hole or the putting area near their parking lot. There is no way he's on the 8th hole halfway through the course and got hit. I need to know the location.
Well, let's see from the WGN story. We'll play the whole story right now, 60 seconds.
70-year-old golfer remains hospitalized in the intensive care unit after being hit by a car while on the green yesterday. Part of that incident captured on video.
Yeah, WGN's Christine Flores is joining us live with that footage and details of what happened. Christine.
Video captured by a golfer at Billy Caldwell shows two vehicles driving on the green, one of which officials say was trying to stop the other.
So by the way, another golfer identified there, but not his name, so he gets kind of screwed in that story. But one car was on the golf course. Another car was chasing that car to say, get off the golf course, you moron. And they don't clearly say,
Going to kill somebody. They're also there.
hey, pull over. Why? You're on a golf course.
So are you.
Right. You're also going to hit somebody.
Shows two vehicles driving on the green, one of which officials say was trying to stop the other. According to Cook County Forest Preserve Police, it was around 5:30 Monday evening when a car drove onto the course erratically, striking a 70-year-old golfer.
No.
It's a real strange situation to have somebody run down on a golf course. I mean, it's serene, it's peaceful. We're out there playing a game, and all of a sudden, I didn't see it, but a bunch of interviews were going on today with some of the residents in the area. And it's just very surprising that something like that would happen.
Yep.
That man loves golf so much more than he loves his family.
Oh.
The way that he described golf as this serene, peaceful game. He has missed children's birthday parties of his own children because he had to play a round of 18.
Yep.
I'm going to tell you something. Every man that loves golf more than his family. Every one of them.
Yep.
Love it. I know a guy who, when his wife was talking about different sports she was going to sign her kids up for, he goes, that's the time of year I golf. Listen, I'm not coming to anything they're in. Like, my dad's been late to everything, missed everything. He loves golf. He loves it more than me, 1,000%. That's it's fine.
Facts, we have your dad on line 6. We'll bring him up in a minute to how much more he likes
And
golf
it
than
does
you.
break my heart because this 70-year-old man is probably retired. He thinks he's done with the BS. He's out on a golf course. This a man who loves golf. This is his dream, to be 70, retired on a Monday at a golf course, and then you get like hit by a car.
Of all things, get hit by a car. And the video of that interview, cases point on that guy loves golf more than his family. Truly, the guy has the perfect golf shirt, golf hat. He was very happy to be interviewed and talk about the sereneness of a golf course. Yeah. Yep. They didn't interview his family after his interview, by the way. They did not check in with his wife or kids.
Well, they're not there.
The story continues.
Officials say the incident happened at the 5th hole. It's near.
Kenzie, it happened at the 5th hole.
That should be far into the. Well, she said it was about to say where it was near, but that should be far in. I would guess.
The 5th hole is. Listen, as a golfer, the 5th hole might be the farthest place from the street.
That's what I
depending
mean.
on where it
Usually
is.
halfway through is when you're, like it loops, right?
Yeah.
So what the hell?
And just because I've seen the video, he wasn't like just off the road and went on the golf course. This guy was driving down the fairway with the other car chasing him, the long part. It wasn't just off. A wrong turn in a T intersection.
The incident happened at the 5th hole. It's near the old schoolhouse building just off of Lansing and Leader Avenues.
Yeah, they should probably put some of those brick cement walls like you see on the highway or they got on Addison Avenue right now. But surprised it hasn't happened sooner.
The victim was taken to St. Francis Hospital where he is in the intensive care unit.
Well, listen, we're sending our prayers to that guy. To Kenzie's point, 70 years old, he just wants to golf, and he gets hit by a car, which hasn't happened to anybody in the history of golf.
You know what bothers me is that, this is has my dad written all over it because that's all he wants to do is golf. He's going to retire in 2 to 3 years, and he's so excited about it. And he has the worst luck ever. He's been crapped on 3 times by a bird out in public. That doesn't happen to anybody. 3 times.
That's supposed to be good luck, actually, when you get crapped on by a bird.
Yeah, well, anything that's followed has never been exciting for him, so I don't think so.
3 times is bad luck, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, maybe once. 3 times is unfortunate.
Are you saying every single thing that's followed him since he's been crapped on by a bird has been bad luck?
He's just, every time something happens, it's just like, wah, wah. Like, it always happens to my dad. So this would, and it like concerns me. Now I'm going to be like, he's going to get hit by a car. We're going to be golfs.
Yeah, this poor guy. The Billy Caldwell golf course in the Edgebrook neighborhood is where that happened. And the 70-year-old golfer in intensive care. Hopefully he's recovering good. We're thinking about him on the far northwest side because all he wanted to do was golf. And he got hit by a car.
What the hell?
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101 had the headlines on the way in about 10 minutes. The funniest headlines of the week. We narrow it down to 2. And then you vote which story we break down. You decide the content of the show. As we just talked about the story locally where a 70-year-old man was hit on the golf course on the northwest side, northwest burbs. It was the, not the burbs, but Billy Caldwell golf course in the Edgebrook neighborhood. He's in intensive care. We're praying for him because the guy gets hit by a car. 7 years old, golfing. It doesn't happen ever in the history of golf, except, as our listeners pointed out on the text line, in Happy Gilmore when he gets hit by the car. And it's more of a visual scene, but at the end.
There he is. That worm.
Happy, look out!
Happy, you okay?
Volkswagen.
and by the way, the jackass guy in Happy Gilmore was a Chicago guy who passed away sadly last year. That comedian went through Second City. Super funny dude who was, jackass. That guy was a great Chicago guy. Thanks to Tony and Elgin for giving us that, remembering that it happened in Happy Gilmore, but nowhere else in real life. But talking about the frustration of golf, as Kenzie was saying, the 7-year-old guy just wants to get out there and golf. He should just be frustrated over missing a putt like Happy did.
Son of a bitch, Paul. Why didn't you just go home? That's your home. Are you too good for your home? Answer me. Suck my white ass, Paul.
You haven't seen Happy Gilmore, right, Case?
No, we're going to do that when Happy Gilmore 2 comes out July 25th. That Friday, I'll review the original Happy Gilmore because all of those Adam Sandler movies I've never seen. I have no context for any of them. So Happy Gilmore, all of that was completely lost on me. But July 25th, I'll review that Friday morning at 8.
Wow. My mom loves Happy Gilmore.
Okay.
My 80-year-old mom loves Happy.
My white ass. Loves it.
That doesn't seem like a mom movie from the clip I just heard.
Oh, that's what she says to me.
Moms can still fun. They can still laugh.
Yeah.
Something like that.
My mom laughs her ass off at Happy Gilmore.
Really?
Oh yeah, she loves it. I think you're gonna love it. I think you are. Again, if you're just tuned in, maybe you're new to the show, which we appreciate you joining the party. Case does movie reviews every Friday at 8 of old movies because he never was a movie guy, and now after a year watching movies, he is. And so we find these movies to watch. Like again, you're seeing Happy Gilmore. Well, how hasn't he seen that? Well, because of that situation.
A lot of people think I was raised in a strict religious cult. I get that question often.
Yep, that's what happened.
I was not. I happened to miss movies. I wasn't checking movies out until a year ago, and boy, does it turn out movies are pretty good. They're pretty cool. I like them a lot. I have not seen Happy Gilmore or any of those Adam Sandler comedies, though.
So July 25th.
That's right. That's when Happy Gilmore 2 comes out on Netflix. And in honor of that, we'll do Happy Gilmore. Much in the same way that we're doing the first Mission Impossible this week with Tom Cruise because of the final Mission Impossible hitting theaters on Friday.
Yeah, that ain't going to be the final one. they make $1 billion.
They're going to kill him if they make another one.
Tom Cruise doing all the stunts on that for sure. That's Kenzie's guy, Tom Cruise.
Oh my God, I love Tom Cruise. I do. I'll jump on a couch for him all day. I don't care.
Damn right.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.